Hi everyone, welcome once again to Riding Tiger with Arijit, and today I have got a special guest. Before I introduce him to you, let me talk a little bit about what is Riding Tiger. Well, I have been running businesses for last 24 years, and whenever I start the venture, I usually take it on a risk level, and that higher risk level doesn't allow me to stop. So when you start your life journey, it usually happens that there is too much of risk, and you practically, when you start, you adopt a very small cup. You have an expectation level that one day this cup will become big, it will grow, it will run faster than you, and you are on the top of it. Initially, when it was small, you used to feed it with milk, but now it needs raw meat, and that raw meat is money. So when you run your life, when you start your journey and you becomes different. You cannot stop your life journey. If you stop, then everything ends. So there is a huge risk that you take when you start anything in your life. And when you take a new risk, it becomes parallel activity. And when all these things are happening in your life, you need to take a call. Which rider you are going to be and what kind of tiger it will be. Will it become heavy? You're going to feed it so much that the valuation level becomes so high, so that probably you need to stop at a certain point, you need to take an exit, or it's gonna become something faster, maybe a puma, or probably a different kind of cat, which is cheetah. And when you run faster, you are activating your lean startup. While doing all these kind of activities, you learn and understand that life is not about only taking calculated risk, rather taking a risk which doesn't have any kind of backup plan. And today I have got someone who took life as it is with happiness, joy, courage, and lot many of risk. Dipanjan, welcome to Riding Tiger.
Thank you for that introduction.
Well, let me ask you a very simple question, Dipanjan. For the sake of the audience, if you just share what are the different things that you do in your life?
I don't know what different you would call. Your definition of a different, I do not know. But then, well, everybody has an approach. I have a different approach towards approaching anything towards life. I believe sincerity and giving honesty towards anything is very important. I try and give my 100% to it. I think that is the only way. And also, while I make sure that I'm also having fun while I'm doing something. Otherwise, you just get monotonous and you drop off.
True. Dipanjan is a very active model and actor, and when we are talking practically about life and enjoying all those kind of activities, my question to Dipanjan is, when he was young and when he started working out, you can see all those kind of muscles, and probably you can show your biceps to the audience. So, and he believes in the concept of building body with natural elements without utilizing any kind of third-party activities. So Dipanjan, a question to you. When you started working out and then when you feel that probably you'll enter into the media entertainment industry, what was the journey, if you can share a little bit about your journey?
Well, to start with the fitness part, I got into bodybuilding because I used to be very scrawny. I used to weigh around some 46 kgs at the age of 14. So, and when you are that scrawny, nobody would take you seriously. People would take you like a skinny. So I just wanted to gain some muscle so that people take me seriously. So I just got into bodybuilding. I got inspired by Arnold Schwarzenegger, later Salman Khan. Although I'm not a big fan of Salman Khan, but he did inspire me back in the day. So that I would have to give him. So yeah, so I got into the game of bodybuilding. So I was a hard gainer because I was very lean. I'm an acute ectomorphic body type. So it took me a lot of years to gain the muscle. I could actually never think that I would look like somewhat of a bodybuilder. I almost gave up, but still I was continuing. So while I gained some muscle, in a year I gained like 12 to 14 kgs of muscle. Then I saw that I could take part in competition, and also my confidence shot up. So this is one more thing, one big aspect about working out and getting in shape that your confidence level goes, it skyrockets. So that's why, you know, you feel good from within. So I started doing that. I got into bodybuilding. Then that worked out for me. I became state champion. But always I had in my mind that I have to be in the entertainment business. I was always dancing in front of the television. My mom used to love watching me dancing on Akshay Kumar and Govinda's songs. And and I also took part in dance competitions. I used to win them. So this entertainer side has always been there. But somehow I thought building up a body would actually help me in my acting to become I had that kind of an image of an actor. Somebody like a Salman Khan or Arnold or a Jean-Claude Van Damme. But then that was wrong. That I realized later on that, you know, your body type has got nothing much to do with becoming an actor. Only if you want to become a hero. Well, in Hollywood probably it is every other guy is ripped and they are going through body transformation for every different projects. But unfortunately, that's not the case in Bengal. Mm-hmm. So I chose Bengal. I wanted to become a Bengali actor. I did a few projects, but then nobody ever exploited my physique. My physique was never exploited on screen. So I would get typecast as the guy who is too buff, too muscular for this role. Mm-hmm. Since I don't think Bengalis are too much, you know, conscious about the fitness. Mm-hmm. Bengalis are supposed to be food lovers. They are supposed to be the lazy type, the intellectual type. That's what the general notion is, and unfortunately that hasn't changed much over the years. Mm-hmm. And right now even South is playing another game. South Indian actors are, even they are not in shape. They are even if they are overweight, they are bearing their upper body. They are confidently walking in those flabby, they're showing off their flabby muscles. I mean, so I don't know where the graph is going. So this was what it is. So it did help me to become a model. Of course, when you have a good physique, you walk into a room, people, they notice you. But then that notice, I also believe the same time that I worked upon myself, just not on the fitness part, also my mental fitness, as in I read a lot. I worked on my English. I went to a Bengali medium school. I read till 10th standard. I could not write 2 sentences in English or speak or write until unless I memorize it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I had to get a grip over the language. I had to get a grip over what's going on in the world so that I can take part in conversations. It's very important. A lot of actors or models are they are considered dumb. So I had to get out of that mold of a dumb model. I never wanted to be called as a bodybuilder. Mm-hmm. Well, being called bodybuilder is great, but I am not all about my physique. Mm-hmm. I am about my brains also, about my thoughts also. So this is what I guess. This has been the journey. I have been grooming myself as much as possible by people, people like you. My other friend, I've always met with people who inspire me. I always stuck to them, and that's how probably I'm here today.
Well, interesting fact, to be very honest. If you don't know the history of Bengal, once upon a time, we used to have Bengal's dacoits. In Bangla, it's called dakat. And if you look at all those kind of dacoits, you would probably know that there is a place called Rana Ghat, when there is a dacoit called Rana Dakat. Depending on his name, the entire place has been renamed. And the reason I'm taking this, once upon a time, Bengalis used to worship Goddess Kali. They used to have huge muscles with probably 6 packs in their belly. And all those activities, all those fightings, we have seen when British wanted to rule us. You would have known that there are several different hundreds of Bengalis who actually fought that battle. And it's not only about intellectual activities. Unfortunately, I'm taking that small cue from Dipanjan's statement. Bengalis are losing the bodybuilding activities or becoming fit. I'm not sure about the same. We have seen a lot many gym that is coming up in Bengal. That's not, of course, only about fitness. Probably some people want to become really, really fit, very, very fast. Within 3 months, transform my body and other things and all. This is not about bodybuilding, but really, are we losing that Bengali culture? Not sure. Probably you can comment in the comment box whether we are losing it or not. But yeah, from my perspective, I can definitely share. During Kali Puja, I have personally seen that people are posting about Diwali, which is fine, cool. But unfortunately, out of 100 posts, I didn't saw somebody is sharing about Kali Puja.
I sent you a happy Kali Pujo and Diwali
Yes.
post. Yeah, I remember sending it.
Yes. So out of 100 of messages, probably I have got 2 or 3 at max. 2 or 3 at max wishing about Kali Puja. Well, let me get back to Dipanjan once again. So when he was sharing about Bengali movies, I would love to understand, we see a lot of small Bengali movies which is coming up. They are great content, probably making good market, maybe making money. What is your opinion? Do you feel that as a movie, if we look at Bengali as a language, it is not about Bengal. It consists of UK, Middle East, US, Bangladesh. So Bengali as a language is not stick to only Bengal. Are these movies traveling out of Bengal? And if yes, how much money these movies are making?
Well, about the commercial part of the cinema, I don't think, according to me, I would guess if there are 100 movies releasing in a year, in a calendar year, only 10 of them can be called successful. That too, people are these days making films based on their satellite collection. Nobody is actually, confident enough to get the box office return. First of all, we are sort of because of OTT, the footfall at the cinemas have gone down. Also because of the pandemic, 2 years of not going to cinema, your habit they change with time. So a lot of people are not going to the cinema. So people are making cinema, keeping the satellite right in mind, the music right. So a set money which is coming by selling these rights, people are making cinema based on this.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are keeping that in mind, your creativity gets adulterated. Like
Mm-hmm.
it gets, of course, you cannot be totally, you are not at liberty of expressing your thoughts or your creativity when it comes to making cinema. If it comes to this, if you want to make it successful, so there the OTT comes in. OTTs are, you get a budget approved from them. You know that you're going to sell your cinema and make a little money out of it. And the rest of OTT's headache whether the people are watching that movie or not. But then because of this fact, at least a lot of makers are confident enough that yes, we're going to get our money back, and a lot of content is being made.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a bad side to it, there is a good side to it also. But then how I look at it, theatrical releases, they are not making any money as of now.
So compared to the OTT, probably theatrical release is not making that much amount of money. I can tell the audience that it is not about only COVID, to be very, very honest. Probably I have been treated in Bengal as a person who talks a lot about future, which people have never seen, and when they see that, they already lose the market. This was predicted by me in 2016, when initially the smartphone activities became really, really hyper. So when you look at any kind of hardware which is coming up in the market, we need to understand how you behave that hardware and commercialize with the consumers. When you have a smartphone in your hand, you want to enjoy, you want to penetrate, you want to grow, you want to probably enjoy your content. We need to understand a very basic thing. Can we enlarge our screen utilizing our smartphone or not? In today's world, Dipanjan, let me tell you something. Very soon you will see that you are not watching the movie or the content in your smartphone. It will be redirected to your smart glasses. Glasses like this are gonna be the future. You connect that with your smartphone. You can watch the movie by utilizing the projection. So using your smart glasses, you can project it in a thin air. You can enjoy, you can interact. Future of movies is not about only one way of communication. That is, the actor and actress are actually acting. It's gonna be, you can take part into that movie. So there will be multiple number of different ending of that movie if you take a part.
Oh, yeah, they're making movies like that these days. Yeah. Like Black Mirror Bandersnatch. There was this movie where you could actually choose the flow of the film.
Yep.
If you choose yes, and then the story goes in a different way.
Right.
The story goes in a different way.
It's called interactive movie. Yeah.
Interactive movie, but I guess in an interactive movie you have to work harder because since budget has to be high because you're shooting both the outcomes,
right?
It's a yes or a no,
right?
So yeah, it's a fun way. I saw Ranveer Singh's episode about Bear Grylls on Netflix where he had the same interactive session. It was interesting, yeah, and I know this is the future. Things are going to change, of course. Everything is going to be virtual.
Yep.
Yeah, like your company's name, Virtual Infocom.
Yeah, that's what we do. So, yeah. So let me tell another interesting part, Dipanjan. There is a one of our portfolio company who make any kind of advertisement which is running in your OTT or probably in your movie, which is not interactive, but they are making all those activities as interactive. You don't need a smart screen, but you can interact with the ad. In the sense, if they want to get some kind of data, they can get that data. So from the perspective of people who are sponsoring those movies becoming higher. So that is the future we are going through. And the reason I'm sharing you with this in Riding Tiger, I firmly believe that you are an adapter of future. And for the audience, if you don't know him, just try to play the game called Fight of the Legends. And in the series, you will find out he has got two different characters. One is Vajra and another is Thandro. So Vajra is a character which is a good person. Thandro is his future alternative personality, which becomes a little bit of anti-hero.
Black something like that.
Kind of that. So, those kind of initial phases we have started with many of our friends as a group of friends together. Probably I have seen people who are growing from stage 1 to stage 5 in Bengal, from Bengal. So it's been a pleasure to have him in Riding Tiger. But I have a couple of rapid fire questions which I do always in Riding Tiger.
Also, I'm waiting for the day when you actually make a movie,
Yep.
superhero movie, and I get to act in it before
Yes.
I die, of course. Because I hope it happens in the coming 5 years so that I don't lose my physique because I'm also approaching a certain age. So yeah, I would love to like beef up for that particular role and something like Dwayne Johnson did recently.
I wish that will happen very soon. But before we end, we'll go for a very simple rapid fire round. I'm going to take one word in front of you. Whatever comes in your mind, you can share with that word. Are you ready?
Yeah, ever ready.
Pink.
LGBTQ.
Black.
Go-to color.
T-shirt.
White.
Okay. Shoes.
Shoes, I would say, trainers. I would wear trainers.
Time.
Time is money. The most cliched line, but yeah.
Love.
Doesn't exist.
What is life for you?
Life is a journey which is thrusted upon us. I didn't ask my parents to give me birth, but since I'm here, I'm making the most of it. Till I want to go through this bitch called life. I get to a point where people really look up to me for the experiences that I have gathered, not possessions. The experiences that I have gathered really look up to me, and I have a story for every situation. That's how I want to live my life.
Super. One last question. This is not a rapid fire. Imagine that you are meeting your childhood when he is about 10 years old.
Oh.
Would you like to give any kind of tips to that young chap, being you as you?
It's very difficult to see myself as a 10-year-old because I always keep thinking I probably was on some kind of drug when I was a 10-year-old. I was dumb as I couldn't understand anything. I did not know what was going on around me. Absolutely no, but only thing that I knew is how to draw. I was into drawing and I was reading a lot of comic books. Those are the two fun things I did. Otherwise, I don't know how did I pass my school. I don't know anything. I mean, I was so dumb. So I'm sure if I go approach my 10-year-old and try to give him some advice, he won't be able to grasp it.
But yeah, thank you so much, Dipanjan, for coming, and kindly please keep watching the channel and keep giving your love, your comments, and I'm sure that you're going to share it as well. I'm sure there will be someone from some part of the world who really wanted to become a person like Dipanjan. I have played games with him, and I learned something completely new, which was not at all my genre. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching, and again, click on that subscribe button.
And one more line. Remember, education is important, but big biceps are importanter.